This is the 7th video in my Vivid Stasis series. Go watch the other ones first if you haven't already. Okay, bye.
Okay, that's... Wait, hold on, that means I have a level now. Oh, shit. Turning off song requests. We've done it, guys, we've done it. So is this gonna be another 12? Is this gonna be like a 12 or some shit? Valor Starcross. Oh, of course it's the name of the fucking song. Go fish yourself. Go fish yourself. And it's a 12. Alright, we'll be fine. We have the challenge life bar. So even though this song sounds hard as balls, okay. We get the challenge life bar for this, which means it's easier. Which means even if I'm dog shit at the game, I can still pass the chart. Okay. Okay, I'm cooked. I'm cooked, dude. It's actually never been so over. It has never been so over in my life. Do I have to pass it? Fish. I do have to pass it. The song is kind of quiet. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. God, dude, I can't pass 12s. I can't pass 12. Can I skip this at least? No, we just get to listen? Okay, cool. We gotta play this cutscene every single time I fail this fucking chart. Control? Thank you. I was trying every normal button to skip a cutscene, and control was not on the list. That pattern's fish. Yeah, you look like a psychopath when you're leaned in like this. Am I leaned in? Was I leaning in? Yeah! Oh shit! My bad, chat, my bad. Hold on, I'm gonna try 6 scroll speed. I was playing with it earlier, and I wasn't very good with it. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's beef up the scroll speed. Oh, there's decimal points! I get decimal points! I didn't fucking know! Okay. Where's my puzzles? I solved them, bastard! What do I look like? So I'm like leaning in like this. Oh my god, I do look like a psychopath! Imagine. Can't be doing that. I can't be mashing. I'm sorry, the gamer lean plus camera shake is doing numbers. Don't tell me that. No, don't say that. I think I'm hitting late. Or rather, the sync is late. I've noticed that earlier when I was playing too. So if I'm hitting late, I think that means I need to turn down the timing offset. Is that right? So I'm gonna go back to actually playing the fucking game. Let's go fail this start again. Gotta make sure I'm failing good, you know? kind of got further. I got a little further that time. Okay, so if I'm not trying to really see the rhythms, and if I'm just trying to see the patterns, I'm lowering my scroll speed. Let's go to 4.5, actually. Let's make it real slow. Challenge bar keeps going down. That means it's getting less challenging. I think I just need to stick to 5. I think I just need to stick to 5 scroll. Yeah. Reading individual notes is a lot more work because I don't know the patterns. I don't have patterns like committed to memory. So I can't see like a chunk of notes and go, oh, I just hit that. Instead, I am basically seeing every individual note still, for the most part. There's some like smaller patterns, namely with bumpers, that I'm like able to recognize and execute while looking as it as like a chunk. Yeah, that was really bad. That one was really bad. It's the part of rhythm games where you really do just need to play a lot more to really get that in there. To get that stuff drilled into your skull. But until then, I'm gonna be stuck on this fucking 12. Yes, I know I could just like scale down the difficulty and play the opening. Bad. So here's the thing, last time when I said I'm gonna lock in, the next thing I noticed was, oh hey! My combo counter is the bisexual flag. That was like my next thought. Maybe what I need to do is just like hype myself up on caffeine. Maybe that's my only option. Consume like way too much sugar and caffeine, so I have the fucking like mental speed to do both at the same time. It slowed down, and I said, "Oh, this part's easier. I can lean off a little bit. I can quit leaning back. I can quit leaning in so much and getting the psycho angle." Oh, it turns out I can't do that because I'm not actually good enough at this game to do that. So instead, what happened is I dropped a little bit of focus and like locked the fuck out. I locked out, dude. I'm locking out of this chart. These are what the cool kids call a skill issue. And it's a good thing I'm a cool kid. The hold notes. I'm bad at holds and I'm bad at chords. That's our next best option though. That's option? What the fuck am I talking about? That's next bet. What am I? That was our best run yet. What am I going on about? I'm actually going psycho mode, dude. I'm gonna go fucking crazy. You know how like lawnmowers will sometimes have like a little spot for you to connect a hose so you can spray water into it? I've got like one of those attached to the back of my head. That's why I never show the back of my head on stream. Is the Valve head model? Yeah. Let's make it even slower somehow. Let's do that. This is the slowest we've done yet. Okay, that's too slow. Yeah, that's what I thought. This really is my best option. This is as good as I get. That was so bad. I fumbled that one really bad. Okay, yeah. This pattern just fucking sucks. That's actually all it is. I wanted to double check if I was just like doing it really, really poorly, or if that pattern just blew ass. That pattern just blows ass. Oh, there's a little break in there. Okay, I think I'm just gonna forgo any kind of form. Any kind of decent form. I'm just gonna say fuck it and mash my way through that one. I locked out. Gosh, I finally tuned into an MPX stream today. I showed up 15 minutes late, fished for an hour, and then failed on one puzzle for the next 2 hours, and then couldn't pass a single chart in Vivid Stasis. Actually, I feel like I have accomplished nothing in the game. I have made so little progress. I went through one long fucking cutscene in this game, solved one puzzle, and now I can't even pass a chart. so much evil in this chart. I'm starting to notice a little more of it. Like, the more I play this chart, it's like, huh. That pattern also fishing sucks. It's all just a skill issue at the end of the day. Fish! Damn it, dude. I know I was close to the end. I know I was close to the end. Simply put, that just means I haven't seen the, like, last section of this song enough. I just gotta get there a few more times, and I will be in. I dropped the hole. I get this in 2 more tries. I get it in 2 more. I'll be honest, that's just the way it is. I gotta get back to my psycho look. I think if I look more like a fishing psycho, I'll pass the chart better. Because this is the winning attempt. This is the one where I will lock the fish in. Fish timing. Fish the timing windows. I just gotta mash my way through it. It won't be a glorious end, but it'll be a victory nonetheless. That's all I care about. No. No, I know that's the end of the chart right there. That's the last note. That's the last fucking note I saw on my screen. I'm almost certain that that's the last note of the whole chart. I told you, all I have to do is see that last part a few more times, and then I'll be able to do it. Wait, what? Where did all my life go? I'd say once I reach that little hold section at the end, I'm labeling it as a good attempt. A couple of my fingers seem to be a lot better than my others. A couple patterns like right at the end. There's that like really quick staircase. I think I'm actually just like doing it too slowly, and then I miss I miss a lot of notes. What the? Remember when I said 2 more attempts like 10 attempts ago? I mean it this time. I really do mean it this time. That's why I'm struggling on those. It's cause they're fishing jacks. It's cause they're jacks. That's why I'm struggling on them. You want me to hit the same button twice in a row? That shit's impossible. Wait, what? Dreener, I have a headache. What do you want me to do about it? What the fuck do you want me to do about that? Go like take an ibuprofen or something, drink some water, man. You already know the solution, you're a grown-ass adult. I decided to grab a performance-enhancing drug. It's also known as a cookie. Half a square pound. I'm just gonna start making shit up. I'm gonna start making up measurements. Let's just chill the fish out. Just chilling out. I haven't made a mistake like that in the intro in a while. Oh well. Please. Please just end, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, oh my god. Oh. Oh, holy fish. Finally. Thank you, chat. I hit that little staircase and I'm like, it's over. It's finally over. And I saw more notes appear. It's like, no, you can't do this to me. You can't tell me that there's more. But it was easy. It was easy. Finally. We beat chapter 2. Trying so hard not to laugh when you said those are the last notes earlier. They looked like last notes so badly. They gave us such hard last notes vibes. I think I could get a better score. I think I could get a better score too. I'm also gonna not do this chart again. For anyone that's forgotten, Saturday is dead. Yeah, that's right. Saturday got, she pushed Allison out of the way of a giant falling metal scrap. This is now the second time she has died at the end of a chapter. Dude, apparently trans people get extra lives. That's broken, dude. Loud. Loud, 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 loud. Nothing but loud noises. Nothing but noise. Was it the falling rubble? Or the static that followed me every second I spent trying to find myself? Whatever the noise is, I want it to go away. Go away. Sorry. I only get 1 life and you guys get like 6? Actually, you know what? I take it back. I take it back. You guys need it. You guys actually need it. You just got like a higher chance of getting killed. You guys genuinely need the extra lives. My apologies. My apologies for anything I might have said. Aw, I have to make an apology video and I have to go buy a ukulele. God damn it. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Get me out of here. I need to live. We need to live. I need to live! Jolted back into consciousness. 3 pairs of eyes looked down at me. I'm alive. Barely. Luckily, you managed to get Allison out of the way in time, but it was only then that I felt the immeasurable pain in my lower leg. I looked down to see a large gash in my lower right leg. That was my next thought, is it's like you got your leg crushed. That's the femur cracker. Screamed for a while. Eventually, the pain dulled a bit, and Neri explained what had happened since I passed out. I'd managed to save Allison and avoid getting fully crushed myself, but a piece of the debris had lodged itself into my right leg, and I'd passed out from the shock. Chio had removed the debris shortly before I'd woken up. I looked towards the door that led to the long hallway. The entrance was entirely caved in with rubble and debris. There was no possible way back to the atrium. I was able to get any words out. I started sobbing uncontrollably. Allison rushed over to my side in an instant and hugged me tightly. Harry and Chio sat down on the stairs, and that was how the 4 of us stayed for a while. Minutes passed, and then an hour. Finally, my leg felt well enough to move, even if lightly. Allison propped me up, and the 4 of us slowly walked up the spiral staircase without a word. Feels like everything's changed, but nothing's changed. As we walked back to Chio's car silently, I thought again of that hypothetical timeline in which I didn't open the door to the laboratory basement. I wondered if I regretted the choice I made. I did now, but I wondered if I would in time. Back in Chio's car, Allison sat me down in the back and slid in next to me. While you were out, I applied basic first aid, but it won't be enough to hold. Fortunately, the only hospital I know of around here doesn't keep the emergency room open from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. for some ungodly reason. So until we can get you to the hospital, we'll just have to rest in my hotel room. Housekeeping walking into that hotel room, blood all over the fucking covers. I'm not a doctor, but I can assure you that the wound shouldn't cause any significant damage before we can get you to the hospital. I nodded weakly. It was all I could do. Chio started the car and drove away. As we left the small parking lot, I looked back at the shrine stairway. And that was when I saw it. On the road by the place we parked, with no indication of having been moved there by anyone. A small, wooden, rocking horse. The load-bearing rocking horse! It got moved just a little bit, and then the whole fucking place collapsed. By the time we arrived back at the hotel room, it was already long past 2 in the morning. Allison helped me up and carried me onto my bed. Chio called the hospital and confirmed that the emergency room would open again in about 2 hours, so we had to wait and just keep an eye on my wound until then. It stopped hurting badly during the ride back, but the sight of it made me nauseous, so I avoided trying to look at it. And so, we sat there in silence for a while, nobody sure what to say. Finally, Harry broke the silence. While we're here, and before we inevitably get split up while Saturday goes to the hospital, I wanted to ask something. Everyone looked at her, as if to give permission to continue without having to open our mouths. Harry continues. Man, these guys seem to work a lot on visual signals. That atrium, Chio, you seem to recognize it as something related to the Sunrise Foundation, but that's impossible. Can you explain? Chio sat up a bit, having slouched over during the waiting. I can, but it's a bit complicated. I was thinking about it on the way back, and if now isn't a good time, then please tell me. I want to know. Chio looked at me worriedly, and then nodded. Okay, then. I guess the thing is that my memories feel like they're at a conflict with each other. That shrine should just be a normal shrine, but somehow there was a Sunrise Foundation laboratory underneath it. I don't know how that it's a Sunrise Foundation thing, but I just do, and I know that it's correct. When we were leaving the basement, all of us were in such a hurry, and Saturday was so out of it that I don't think anyone noticed. But I took a moment to look back at the shrine while we were walking away from it, and what I saw only confused me more. What was it? He just stopped, as if contemplating whether to open Pandora's box even further. I nodded to her as if to beg. Well, when I looked back at the shrine, it was no longer a shrine. What? It was an abandoned building, and the logo above the door was withered away, but I knew what it said without needing to see it all. It was a building belonging to the Sunrise Foundation. What? I chalked it up to a lessened sense of thought due to the events that had just transpired and tried not to think about it as we got in the car and left. On the way down, I saw something else strange. A stairway leading to a shrine. The Okawachi Shrine. What do you mean a stairway leading to the Okawachi Shrine? Saturday, please don't stress yourself too much. We're trying to keep your wound from acting up. Looked over at Allison apologetically. Sorry, you're right. It's just, I don't understand how that makes sense. The state of the environment that we arrived at and the one we left felt ever so slightly different. The best way to put it might be like so. Yo took out a piece of paper and drew a loose illustration. Look, when we arrived, the parking lot was at the same altitude as the start of the stairs leading up to the shrine. Gio took the piece of paper back and flipped it over, drawing a similar scene. But when we left, it was like this. The stairs we walked down lead to an abandoned Sunrise Foundation building, and there was a second set of stairs further down that led to the Okawachi Shrine. Wait, so the layout of the area changed while we were inside the basement? I mean, it appears that way, but isn't that possible? Like, I shouldn't have to explain why that just isn't physically possible. No, I know, but the fact that it did change, right? Or did all of us collectively hallucinate the way it appeared when we got there? I think the more likely conclusion would be that Chio saw wrong when we were leaving. After all, the tensions were really high and it was extremely dark. See, you'd think so, and I'd be inclined to agree, but then we come back to the thing I mentioned earlier, about my memories conflicting with each other. Because both of these layouts feel right, if that makes sense? What do you mean? Like, neither of them felt like I was seeing things, like both of those versions of the way the area looked were correct. The Okawachi Shrine being right by the parking lot, the Sunrise Building being in that same place, both feel like the true way the area is laid out. Gio, what is the Sunrise Foundation? What is your link to it? I don't know. I think I was an employee there? You think? Look, I was never an employee at the Sunrise Foundation. I remember how my life is played out up to now. But also, I swear I have memories of working there, of helping make something important, and working at that lab underneath the shrine. Another one of those things where both the options feel like the right one. Not like I can't choose, but they're both right at the same time. And then there's that video, the Shrine Report. You know about that as well? Yeah, I saw her watching it when I met up with her on the ferry. It caught me off guard. How come did you find out about the video anyway? An anonymous text message randomly appeared on my phone. No sender, and the strangest of all, no time. Well, there was a time, but it was January 1st, 1970. Unix time, huh? The beginning. Unix time 0. Yeah, the message itself was interesting too. It was a jumbled mess of hexadecimal. Hexadecimal? Yeah, I'll spare you the process. It roughly translated this. The Chio knows hex. Seek the connections, seek the links, shatter the protocol, and refer onwards. Shrine report.xyz. I could have been inclined to believe it was a spam message if not for the Unix 0 thing, so I found the video. I was already on my way back to the mainland after Tanegashima vacation, so I didn't have time to solve the video before Saturday noticed me on the ferry. Default feature of the Chio. She knows hexadecimal. That's a robot right there, man. We got a robot on our squad. And then she told me the solution over dinner anyway. Right. I don't know why I can't shake this feeling that it's related to the Sunrise Foundation. I mean, it feels like a lot more might be related to the Sunrise Foundation than any of us would have ever thought. And yet, it also feels like none of us truly know what it is. I looked down on my wound for the first time in a while as a reminder to myself of what I'd done chasing this mystery. As if to be one final decision of if I really wanted to choose this path. I want to figure all of this out. I want to investigate this. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I turned back now. Saturday. I agree. I want to look into the Sunrise Foundation and get to the bottom of this conflict in my memories. And That is enough. Let's look on further. Everyone jumped at the sudden shout of an unfamiliar voice. Everyone went their gaze to the source of the noise, the balcony. Dude, if I'm out of voices for this character, they're getting the f***ing alien voice. The door was ajar. Standing in it was a figure, tall and slim. I wore a mask and bodysuit to cover their appearance, but something about them had crushing familiarity. And in their hand lay a small pistol. Okay, you know what? I don't know what they look like either, so I can't really give them a voice. If you continue to endanger this world, my world, I have no choice but to end this by force. Chio jumped up as if to shield us. Ari, Allison, and I remained frozen in shock. Who are you? What are you doing? The tall figure took one step into the hotel room. Chio backed up a bit in fear. You, the arbiter of the rule. I will not allow this cycle to continue any longer. Chio watched in fear as the tall figure raised their pistol and pointed it. Directly at Chio's chest. No, please! The figure tilted their head to look at me briefly, and in that moment, I felt an indescribable sense of sorrow and grief. My vision went blurry. I'm sorry. I shut my eyes in desperation as if to pull myself out of the nightmare I'd found myself in. And then I heard the click, and then the bang. I dropped my guard and let her out of my sight. A mistake only a child would make, and yet here I was. Desperately, I clambered out of my bed up to my computer. God damn it, where are you? Where? Ugh! Then I saw it, that hotel room, the situation unfolding within, the action the World Keeper was about to take. Shit, is there any way I can interface with the inner layer in enough time? I began to desperately search my files as fast as I could, eventually found my way back to what I was looking for, the control panel I'd forced my way into. Please go through in time, come on! Single flash, and a moment captured, and frozen. I'd made it just in time. Oh my god, thank goodness. There was no time to waste, the freezing would only last for so long, which meant it was time to get to work. The story remains unfinished. I know, man. Yeah, there's a nut. Oh, I'm not done with chapter 2. I'm not done with chapter 2. Hey, pod watchers, it's your favorite part. Skip 10 streams.